Victor Vicuna's Volcano Vacation by Barbara de Robertis. Illustrated by R.W. Alley. Spring vacation had arrived. Alphabetti was saying goodbye to all of her students. Victor Vicuna's parents waved from their van. "It's time to leave, Victor. We have a long drive ahead of us." "Now don't worry, Victor," said Alphabetti. "You'll have a lovely vacation." Victor's family was going to Verna's volcano village, and Victor's vivid imagination was making him nervous. Verna Aardvark advertised 7 heavenly cabins on Shiver River. Victor imagined a freezing cold river with heaving chunks of ice. Verna's ad also said, "Visit Vampire Cave." Victor imagined a cave filled with vampire bats. Then the ad said, "See a marvelous view of Stovetop Volcano." Victor imagined a big volcano spewing rivers of red-hot lava. Verna added, "Our pet raven will welcome you when you arrive." Victor had visions of a large, scary bird with a loud, screechy voice. Victor's family finally arrived at Verna's volcano village. Immediately, a huge raven swooped down. "Caw, caw!" it screeched. Victor covered his head. "Go away!" he shouted. Verna Aardvark came running. "Don't be afraid. This is our pet raven. Her name is Nevva Moore." Victor stared at Nevva nervously. Verna took Victor's family to their cabin. Nevva Moore hovered over Victor. "You can leave now, Nevva," Victor whispered. "Please." The next morning, Victor's family set out on their first adventure. They walked down a weaving path to Shiver River. Gentle waves splashed on the rocks. There were no heaving chunks of ice. Victor ventured out onto some rocks. Suddenly, Nevva Moore dove down beside him. Victor ducked. Then, whoosh! He slipped into the chilly river. "Help!" Victor cried. "Save me!" Dad grabbed Victor's life vest. Then his parents heaved him ashore. Dad carried a shivering, quivering Victor back to the cabin. Nevva hovered behind them. "Go away, Nevva," Victor said. "You made me fall in the river." "Maybe Nevva was just trying to warn you about the slippery rocks," said Mom. "Maybe," thought Victor, but maybe not. The next day, Victor's parents planned another adventure to Vampire Cave. Nevva followed them again. Nevva led the way through a dark tunnel and into a vast cavern. It was like a fairyland. Then Victor looked up. Dark creatures hung from the ceiling, slowly moving their wings. "Vampire bats!" screamed Victor. The bats started flying wildly around the cavern. Nevva dove down and hovered over Victor. Frantically, Victor ran out of the cave and all the way back to the cabin. Nevva Moore flew right behind him. Soon Mom and Dad arrived. They said, "Those were not vampire bats, Victor, and Nevva was probably just trying to protect you." "I don't know," Victor said in a low voice. "I think Nevva may be a vampire raven." On the third day, Victor's parents planned a visit to Stovetop Volcano. Visions of red-hot lava filled Victor's imagination. "I vote against visiting Stovetop," Victor said, but Mom and Dad outvoted him. Victor and his parents hiked to the top of the volcano. Of course, Nevva followed them. They all admired the lovely view of the volcano's crater. Suddenly, Nevva began acting nervous. She waved her wings. She cawed loudly, "Caw, caw!" and she started hopping down the trail. Then she turned and stared at Victor. Victor stared back, and he began to wonder, was Nevva trying to warn him about something? What if she wasn't a vampire raven? What if she really was trying to protect him? Quickly, Victor turned to his parents. "Mom, Dad, I think we should follow Nevva." Nevva flew just ahead of Victor and his parents. As they ran, the ground began to vibrate. A plume of vapor curled up from the crater. Victor had never run so fast. By the time they reached Verna's village, the volcano was quiet again. "Old Stovetop was just showing off for you today," Verna said. "Sometimes our volcano likes to rumble and grumble and vent a little vapor. Nevva can sense when that's about to happen." Victor smiled. He sat down beside Nevva. You really were trying to keep me safe from the rocks, and the bats, and the volcano. Thank you, Nevva. And Nevva said, Caw! When spring vacation was over, Victor brought his favorite photo to school. Of course, it was a photo of Victor Vicuna and his new friend, that clever raven, Nevva Moore. The end. Fun facts about Vicuna. The Vicunas live mainly in wild herds high in the Andes Mountains of South America. Their families. The Vicuna is the smallest member of the camel family. Because Vicunas were hunted too much, they are now protected as an endangered species. Their looks. Vicunas have coats of long, thick, silky wool that protect them from freezing temperatures. And did you know Vicunas communicate in many interesting ways? A high-pitched whinny warns of danger, guttural sounds announce anger or fear, and a soft humming sound is a friendly greeting.